AEW Revolution is this Saturday, so that only means one thing. This was the AEW Dynamite Go Home show for the pay-per-view, and we are here on Fog Wrestling to review it. So I watched Dynamite last night, and honestly, I was a little bit confused. There was matches added out of nowhere. I thought the card for Revolution was seemingly decided. I thought it was done. I thought it was finished, completed. But no, with this big tag team match to get somebody into the tag team match at the pay-per-view, even though we had a tag team battle royal like 2 weeks ago that Jeff Jarrett won. So I was confused. They've turned the tag team match from a 2-on-2 to a 2-on-2-on-2-on-2. So fatal 4-way tag team match now. Very strange. With a tag, right, we'll go through the show, but I personally, as always, didn't like it. But we kick it off with Orange Cassidy taking on Big Bill. Now in this match, let's be honest, first of all, there's no way that Orange Cassidy should be beating someone that looks like Big Bill. But the commentary team referred to Big Bill as a 13-year veteran, right? Now they said he's been wrestling for 13 years. Now I don't know if that's true. I'm not sure when he debuted, but based on the fact that he was in NXT, around 2015 or whatever, so maybe before he got to NXT he was wrestling for 5 years. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is, it's like, he's a 13-year veteran, yet essentially he hasn't done anything. Let's be honest. Well, look at his career. This guy's had a 13-year career in the wrestling business, and what has he done? Absolutely nothing, man. Look at the people in the part, and this isn't a dig at Big Bill, because I'm sure 90% of today's current roster's like that. But if you look at the olden days, if you look at the past, someone who'd been wrestling for 13 years was probably close towards the end. You know, someone who'd been wrestling for 13 years had like already achieved so much. They were already in their prime. You know, they'd already hit their ceiling. They were at the top of their game. But you look at Big Bill, wrestling 13 years, and what has he had? A little run in NXT, a mediocre run as a tag team of Enzo and Cass, a failed solo run that didn't work. Then he got released, turned up on Impact for a bit, done nothing, and now he's on AEW jobbing it to the likes of Orange Cassidy. So I mean, honestly, Big Bill, he might be a 13-year veteran, but what has he done in 13 years? Not a lot. Orange Cassidy with a bunch of orange punches beats Big Bill. And it just doesn't sit right with me. Orange Cassidy's so laid back. I mean, you look at the guy, he looks like a matchstick, probably about 100 pounds, soaking wet. Yet week in, week out, he defends the AEW All-Atlantic title, and he just beats people that he shouldn't be beating, and he definitely shouldn't be beating Big Bill. I don't know why Big Bill can't be impressive. I don't know why he can't pick up wins, especially against the likes of fucking Orange Cassidy. But no, Big Bill was brought in as this big guy, this dominant enforcer, and now you look at him and he's just another giant, you know, another guy that is going to be there just to lose. And what's the point? You know, I think if Big Bill was going to do anything good, he wouldn't be on this road. The trajectory of his career would be looking different. So I don't see anything for Big Bill other than being a fucking jobber. And this All-Atlantic title run of Orange Cassidy absolutely sucks. I remember they were saying, oh, you look at Cassidy and you look at Darby Allin and these guys are the future of AEW. No, they're not, man. These guys are stealing a wage. These guys are stealing a paycheck from Tony Khan. Orange Cassidy, man, absolutely sucks. This guy will never be a world champ. I mean, you can't even remember his feud with Jericho. I remember when Cassidy feuded with Jericho and the match finished where they had like the orange pool. It was like orange aid or something, that orange juice. And Jericho said, like, after the match, he'd made Cassidy a star. Like, Orange Cassidy feuding with Jericho had, you know, propelled him to the main event. Main event, my ass. Look at the guy. He's hanging around with Danhausen and fucking two gay boys. I mean, best friends. Fucking bum friends. How about that? I mean, this guy is not a main eventer. This guy's not a star, and he never will be. So, having him beat someone like Big Bill, just in my opinion, made no sense. It was a big ball of bullshit. Anyway, we move on to the next match. Powerhouse Hobbs, Eddie Kingston, Ortiz, AR Fox, Sammy Guevara, Action Andrade, Konsuke Takeshita, and Commander. And this was the face of the Revolution ladder match. So I thought this match actually happened at Revolution, so it turns out it doesn't. So I'm a bit confused. I thought this match happened at Revolution and the winner got like a future title shot, but it's, for some reason, it's happening on this week's Dynamite, and apparently the winner of this does not get a world title shot. What they do, they don't even get onto the Revolution pay-per-view. What they do get is a shot at the TNT title next week on Dynamite. So honestly, you're having to compete in a ladder match to get a shot at a jobber TV title. That doesn't make any sense to me. It's like when Austin Theory cashed in like the US title, or when they have like the US title in the chamber. If you're going to be in like the Royal Rumble, if you're going to be in the Elimination Chamber, if you're going to be in like the Money in the Bank, and you're going to be in a grueling match that you're risking everything for, it should be for the world title. It should be for the main title. That's why it makes no sense to me when we put like the US title in the Elimination Chamber, or we have Austin Theory cash in the Money in the Bank. You know, Money in the Bank's supposed to be a dangerous match, and Austin Theory ends up winning it, and he cashes in for a title that, you know, he already had, and a title that you can turn up on Raw and probably just ask to get a shot at and you'll get. So I never understand when they have these sort of matches for like mid-card titles, or titles that are even lower than mid-card, which you could argue the TNT title is. Anyway, they have the match. There's one spot where I think it's Commander does like a German suplex, or like a thunderbomb or whatever, to Sammy Guevara, and he's supposed to do it on the ladder, so the ladder's like wedged in between a standing ladder and the ropes, and he's supposed to do it like off the standing ladder and onto the ladder that's wedged in, but he completely misses, and Sammy Guevara just lands on the middle of the ring, and it looked fucking awkward. He looked hurt. Then we had Danny Garcia come out. Danny Garcia attacked, who did he attack? Can't even remember. He attacked somebody in this match. It was Action Andretti, I think. Then Sammy Guevara goes to the top of the ladder, hits a move on the outside to Action Andretti, takes them both out. Then we get Powerhouse Hobbs. He's in the ring. He's got the ladder, but the ladder's completely wrecked. This ladder is damaged. The legs are done. The legs of this ladder look like Kevin Nash's legs, man. They're about to fall off, honestly. They don't look good. And he can't climb the ladder. So he doesn't get a new ladder. He doesn't go and change the ladder. He doesn't improvise. He decides to climb the broken ladder. And it was embarrassing because you had to get 3 referees. And 3 referees had to come into the ring and hold the bottom of the ladder, just so Powerhouse Hobbs could climb it and grab the belt, man. It looked fucking phony. Look, I know we get this sometimes in AEW, WWE. If someone is going to go to the top of the ladder and they need a bit of balance and they need the referee to hold on to the ladder, what the referee does is the referee gets in the ring, or gets on the outside, he goes to the ladder, he tells the person like not to jump, but he makes it look like he's trying to talk the person down while holding on the ladder. So they don't make it obvious that the referees are aiding whoever is on top of the ladder about to perform a big move. But this was obvious. The 3 referees had to get in and literally just sit at the bottom and hold the ladder just so Powerhouse Hobbs could go up and grab the ring. Honestly, man, it looked fucking cheap. This was pathetic. Why couldn't he just get a new ladder? Honestly, man, this absolutely sucked. I don't understand it, man. These supposed to be wrestlers. Where's this? I mean, where's the brains? There is none. Where's the wrestling brain? Why couldn't he just get a new ladder? Surely these referees coming in, why would these referees help Powerhouse Hobbs to win the match? Because that's what they've done. Without these referees, Powerhouse Hobbs can't even climb this ladder. So again, you know, literally just these 3 referees help Powerhouse Hobbs won. Hobbs then goes up, he looks at Samoa Joe who's doing commentary, then Wardlow comes out, security get involved, Samoa Joe runs away. Powerhouse Hobbs disappears, and then you've got Wardlow just standing there. It's like, oh, where did he go, man? Where did Samoa Joe go? Whoa. Samoa Joe probably went home because this show sucks. He's probably embarrassed to be on this show. Then we get Renee Paquette backstage with Chuck Taylor and Trent Barretta. They're saying they're not cleared to compete in tonight's Battle Royal. Danhausen though says he and Orange Cassidy will take their place. Oh by God. So it looks like Danhausen and Orange Cassidy are the new best friends, man. This absolutely sucks. Then we get Chris Jericho versus Peter Avalon. Honestly, man, who the fuck? First of all, who's Peter Avalon? Second of all, why is he getting a match with Chris Jericho? And third of all, why the fuck is this on TV? Anyway, Jericho wins. What a surprise. Jericho says he doesn't want to go back to WWE. He never wants to go back to WWE. Honestly, so he would rather stay here in AEW and face Peter Avalon than go back to WWE. You know, and actually face people that are relevant and maybe have some big, more, you know, create some, you know, more big moments of his career. He'd rather waste what time he's got left by sitting in AEW facing someone called Peter fucking Avalon, man. What a joke. Jericho wins with the code breaker. Easy win for Jericho. I mean, not a lot else to say. Just got a garbage win there for Chris Jericho. So, I mean, Peter Avalon, why is he even in this match? I don't know. Don't understand it. Anyway, that was that. Jericho celebrates. He'll take on Ricky Starks at the pay-per-view. So, again, not really interested in that one. I know they've been building up for quite a long time now, but again, it's hard to care. I mean, it's Jericho versus a guy that, you know, they want to pretend he's over. They want to pretend that he's similar to The Rock and looks like The Rock, but at the end of the day, he's not that good, so I don't really care about Jericho versus Ricky Starks at AEW Revolution. Then we get the Jericho Appreciation Society come out, and they basically beat up Hager and Danny Garcia come out, and they help beat up Ricky Starks and Peter Avalon, but they won't be there at ringside this Saturday, so yeah, Jericho's going to have to go it alone. The Jericho Appreciation Society are jobbers fucking anyway. I mean, look at Jake Hager, trying to pretend like, oh, this guy's legit MMA, this guy's going to have a great career in AEW, the AEW's going to book Jake Hager, Jack Swagger, whatever you want to call him, they're going to book him correctly. I mean, this guy had a way better run in WWE. He was world champion, for God's sake. He had that big feud with Alberto Del Rio going into Mania. What's he done in AEW? He's done absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Just another example of a guy that AEW have misused and haven't, you know, they've dropped the ball with big time. Anyway, then we get a pre-recorded John Moxley for last week. He's sitting backstage in a stairwell. He's bleeding all over the place. The blood's dripping onto the stairs. And Moxley says he's going to face Paige in a Texas death match. Then we got a promo from Paige. Paige says he's going to take Moxley's spot at the top of AEW. And that's pretty much it. Paige says that there's only two ways out of this match, living or dying. And Paige isn't ready to die. So there you go, it's going to be Paige versus Moxley. I actually have a feeling Paige will beat Moxley at the pay-per-view. I mean, if Moxley wins, then, like, seriously, what is the point? Moxley is pretty much just, you know, beaten. He's fucking buried everybody on the roster. I mean, I think Moxley's been way over-pushed since the beginning of AEW. He barely lost to anybody, but I think he will lose this Saturday. Or at least he should lose. But anyway, then we get Renee Paquette calling out Christian Cage. Christian Cage comes out, says that Jungle Boy's a dime a dozen, blah blah blah. Says that he's going to challenge Perry to a fight at Revolution, and he says if he doesn't show up, he says that Perry's just like his father, a talented hack who doesn't have what it takes. So getting a little bit personal here for Christian. I like Christian. He's normally my favourite part of AEW. I thought the promo was just average, you know, it wasn't great. So we'll see. But yeah, no, it wasn't fantastic or anything. The lights went out, and then we see a video package of Jungle Boy digging a grave. There's like a gravestone for Christian Cage, rest in peace. And then Christian Cage starts looking around and paranoid that Jungle Boy could be there. Wasn't that good, guys, honestly. Wasn't that good. Then we get a backstage promo with Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker, which wasn't good either. Hook then defeats Matt Hardy with Stokely Hathaway, Isia Cassidy and Ethan Page. Honestly, man, I cannot stand Hook. This guy is a bum. This guy does not... he walks out like he's this legit tough man, and he looks like someone you'd expect to be in a fucking boy band, like One Direction. This guy doesn't look it tough. Look at Taz. Look at Taz in the 90s and look at Hook, and you tell me who the tough guy is, man. And you tell me who the fucking fake fraud is. Anyway, Hook comes out, beats Matt Hardy. It's sad to see Matt Hardy losing to someone like Hook, but again, I'm pretty sure Tony Khan only pushes Hook because he's probably in love with his dad. You know, Tony Khan, any legend, anybody he's signed from WWE, he will, you know, kiss their ass, and it's probably just Tony Khan pushing Hook because he wants to try and, you know, kiss up to Taz. It's as simple as that. He wants to keep Taz on his good side. He wants to be right up Taz's ass, and the best way to do that is to push his son. So that's what this looks like to me. Hook wins. Hook wins and we all lose, I guess. Sucked. Then House of Black. So the Carry On My Wayward Son plays. The Elite are coming out to the ring. The lights go out. The lights come back on, and the House of Black are standing behind them. The Elite are laying on the ground, and the House of Black have the titles. And then they say, "We'll see you at Revolution." Fucking garbage. Absolute garbage. Speaking of garbage, we've got Rio versus Toni Storm. I didn't even know Rio was still in the company. We haven't seen Rio in a very long time. To be fair, I think we've seen her like twice since she lost her title. And I've noticed AEW seem to do that with the women. It's like, you think about it. A lot of the women that lose the AEW championship, they just kind of disappear. They do a Charlotte Flair. They basically lose the title and go like, fuck it, I'm going home. It is weird. Anyway, Rio defeated Toni Storm with a lot of women at ringside, with Paige at ringside, Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter. After the match, they start brawling. That Freak Show comes out. The one with the short hair that looks like a fucking goblin. I forget her name. And Ruby Riott, I forget her AEW name. Anyway, she comes out and they all brawl. And it just sucked, you know. Who's heading into this triple threat match excited? Certainly not me. Jamie Hayter, Paige, and the other chick. I don't know who's going to win. Probably Jamie Hayter will retain, but again, it doesn't even feel like Ruby Riott should be there. You know, it feels like the match should have been Jamie Hayter versus Paige. Now, I'm assuming maybe Paige just can't really go. Maybe they don't have any faith in Paige being able to put on a good match, and that's why they've added the third body in there. But honestly, the inclusion of Ruby Riott, it doesn't seem right, you know, it just seems unnecessary. So she's in the match. I mean, whatever. I'm not saying it would be a great match if it was just Saraya versus Jamie Hayter, but it just feels forced having a third person in there. So who knows, we will see. Then we got, what do we get after this? So we get the Casino Tag Team Battle Royal. And in the end, it is won by Danhausen and AEW All-Atlantic Champion Orange Cassidy. They get the last elimination on Butcher and The Blade. This whole match was a mess. Just crammed into the end of the show. Danhausen and Orange Cassidy will be added to the tag team match. So at Revolution, it's going to be the champs, the Guns, versus the Acclaimed, who have got a rematch for some reason, versus Jarrett and Lethal, who won this same match like 2 weeks ago. And then Cassidy and Danhausen. I mean, why did this match happen twice? I have no idea. Was it explained? If it was, I didn't catch it. The show's just a fucking mess, you know. It would be like Cody Rhodes winning the Royal Rumble, and then 2 weeks later on Raw, they're like, you know what? We're going to make it a triple threat match, and we're going to have another Royal Rumble. It's like, what? No. I don't get it. Jarrett and Lethal won this Battle Royal, Casino Battle Royal 2 weeks ago or whatever. They're supposed to be the challengers, not fucking Cassidy and Danhausen. But who cares? I mean, honestly, I don't care. I don't care. We move on then. Up next, I believe it was the main event time. Yeah, so it's Bryan Danielson versus MJF, final confrontation. Bryan Danielson's trying to speak. MJF just comes out straight away and cuts him off, but Danielson's not having it. Danielson tells them to shut up before MJF can even say a word. Danielson says MJF hates him because he's jealous that Danielson has a family, that Danielson has the respect of the crowd. Danielson says he's earned all of this. Well, MJF hasn't earned anything. He's tried to take a shortcut his entire career. Danielson says that, you know, he's fought for everything. He's not willing to give up being a pro wrestler yet. Winning the AEW World Championship means everything to Bryan Danielson, and he says he's going to get the job done this Saturday or Sunday, whenever the pay-per-view is. And then he says to MJF, at Revolution, you're going to get your fucking head kicked in. But they bleeped this, so you didn't hear anything. He just started the sentence and then you never heard anything, so he could have said anything. Daniel Bryan literally could have confessed his love here for MJF. We didn't hear it. We didn't hear it. I mean, someone like live had it recorded at the arena, but on TV, all we heard was Daniel Bryan say that, you know, on Sunday you are, and then that beep, 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 beep. So we'd no idea what he said. He could have said, on Sunday I'm going to take you on a fucking date and then book a hotel room later tonight because I love you, MJF. That's what he could have said, but we don't know, because Aew Dynamite, TBS or whatever channel this shite show is on, they they cancelled it out, so we didn't hear it. Anyway, guys, that was it. That was your AEW Dynamite Go Home show before Revolution. Wasn't great. Honestly, it wasn't great. It was a bit confusing. I don't know why some of these matches happened. I honestly, Jericho versus Peter Avalon, really? They had that shite ladder match for the hook, which I thought happened at Revolution. And then we had the Battle Royal Casino thing, which already happened like 2 weeks ago. I just don't understand why half of these matches were taking place. Tony Storm versus Rio, again, another match that doesn't get me excited, it doesn't do anything for me. It was just a waste of time. I mean, probably the best match was Cassidy versus Big Bill, and that says everything. That match sucked. Big Bill lost clean to Orange Cassidy. Should have squashed him, but he didn't. So yeah, all these matches absolutely sucked. I mean, the promos were not bad. I guess the promos, we had the Page promo, we had the Cage promo, Cage and Page, what the fuck, with the Bryan Danielson promo. I mean, the promos were not bad, but the matches all fucking sucked on this show tonight. You know what? I'm going to give it a 1 out of 10, guys. AEW Dynamite's getting a 1 out of 10 for me. Not a good show. Garbage, to be honest. Absolute garbage. But anyway, that's it, guys. Catch you in the next one. Make sure you leave a like. Make sure you leave a comment. Probably will. I don't know if I'll watch AEW Revolution live. I'll be honest, I normally don't watch AEW pay-per-views because I just the thought of having to fork out 50 quid for an AEW show makes me want to die. I mean, I hate watching AEW, so paying £50 for it just doesn't make sense. Plus, they're always really long. I feel like the AEW pay-per-views, they never finish till like 5:30 in the fucking morning, and it's like, what the hell? Especially if you're working the next day. I mean, is it really worth it sitting up watching this shit? Probably not. So yeah, I mean, might not get the AEW review till Monday. Who knows? Might watch it on Monday. I mean, the show sucks. Might not watch it at all, basically, but who knows? We'll probably do something on the channel, so make sure you stay subscribed for that. And yeah, a lot more content coming soon. We're on the build to WrestleMania. We're on the road to WrestleMania. We've got a couple of video games coming out soon, which I can expect to see on the channel. WWE 2K23, AEW Fight Forever. For some reason, it keeps getting postponed. I know the game looks like it's dog shit, so maybe that's why. But I'm thinking AEW want to release it. I'm thinking AEW either want to, like, you know, release it right at the time of WWE 2K23, or they want to be, like, strategic and release it on the weekend of WrestleMania. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not too sure, but I think they're definitely up to something. Anyway, guys, that's it. Catch you in the next one, but the point I was trying to make is, when both of those games come out, there'll be plenty of content on the channel for each of them. So that's it, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Till then, shit show. See you later. Peace.